Alright, so hi guys, a very good evening all of you joining us live. बहुत बहुत स्वागत आप सभी का. Welcome to Gradeup. Hi Shivam. I am good buddy. Hi everyone. बहुत बहुत स्वागत आप सबका. Welcome. Hi Gayatri. Hi Vijay, Manvi, Divyani, Nityank, Trisha, Rashmi, Priyanka, Isha, Shivam, Ahana, Naresh, Shalu is here, Aarti is here. Hi everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. चलिए जी, तो शुरू करते हैं जी आज का हमारा खेल. आवाज आ रही है? इट्स क्लियर. ऑल राइट, ठीक है जी. धन्यवाद कौस्तुभ, थैंक्स बडी. हाय एवरीवन. हाय भवनीत, हाय रेनू, आरती, माइका, शिखर, दिव्यानी, प्रेरणा. गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन. Hi Sampriti, Tanmay, Saloni. Hi everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. सब मजे में हैं. तो guys, today's session is definitely, as you would imagine now, this being our seventh part basically in our series where we are doing important current affair topics, important general awareness topics with regards to our exam CLAT 2021. This is our part 7. So what exactly are we doing in the series and what we will be doing in this episode? Let's quickly dive into that. सबसे पहले, first, in this series we are identifying important issues with respect to your exam. Secondly, as we all know, the date of the CLAT 2020 exam was 28th of September. 2021 is on 23rd of July. So our syllabus is from October 2020 to July 2021, right? So we have actually so far done from October to March. In this episode today, we will be doing current affairs for the month of April 2021. Now guys, as you all know, there are lots of students basically are watching this video live right now. So as you'd expect, right, there will be lots of queries. I expect there will be lots of queries. You would be having lots of queries. If you have any query that remains unanswered after the class, there's seldom chances for the same, but still, nevertheless, if that's the case, make sure you write it in the comments, mention it in the comments so that I can basically reply to you to your query. I will make sure that either me or someone from our team definitely replies to your query. तो चलिए फटाफट से let's quickly begin. Yes guys, let's start. Here we go. First, in April, guys, Dr. BR Ambedkar's birthday to be celebrated as a public holiday. Now, guys, we all know 14th April basically is now observed, as public holiday. Why? Because it was Dr. BR Ambedkar's 130th birth anniversary this year, right? So अब से ये हो रहा है. A very good article in Indian Express was published on the very day of his birthday, that is 14th April. Yes guys, 14th. What is the date of the editorial? That you must read mandatorily, The Legacy of BR Ambedkar. That is the title. Make sure you read it. Absolutely gold, and I expect that to be in your exam. I definitely think that basically because this the passage opens lots of questions, doors for lots of questions. So I definitely expect that to be in your exam. Make sure you read it. Legacy of BR Ambedkar. This published in the Indian Express on 14th of April, right? क्या क्या बात कही गई है देखो. सबसे पहले, as we all know, Dr. BR Ambedkar was a distinguished economist. Just imagine that he basically wrote a book. The book's name is The Problem of the Rupee, Its Origin and Its Solution. Now, this is the name of the book. He is the author. The basically the committee who formed basically RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, they basically took help. Whatever the guidelines were mentioned in this book, they actually considered them while publishing, while basically starting the RBI, the Reserve Bank of India. So that was his stature. Everyone basically knew who he is and what all things he can bring to the table, right? Apart from that, guys, he played a pivotal role in integrating river resources management. Now, back in the day, he was a far-sighted individual. He could foresee and that there has to be lots of treaties and there has to be lots of disputes as well, right, between sharing of waters, etc. So back then he basically laid down rules as to what has to be done in case of river sharing, water sharing के लिए क्या क्या करना चाहिए. All the ins and outs were actually mentioned by him. Apart from this, he also established lots of river valley projects, right, when he was there. Apart from this, he was a labor leader, as you all know. As the representative at the round table conference, he was representing the downtrodden, the labor class. He mooted for improving the better condition of the peasants back then, right? Apart from this, he also addressed agricultural problems. He actually wrote an essay, guys. उन्होंने एक ऐसे लिखा था, और उस ऐसे में बेसिकली ही mooted, he said that industrialization is the answer to India's agriculture problem. And you can see now, industrialization is the way, you know, the current government is also moving, right? So this was actually foreseen by Dr. BR Ambedkar back in the day. He basically mentioned this in an essay, and this essay of BR Ambedkar is actually still used in lots of debates that are happening around the country, right? So this becomes super duper important. You have to remember this, right? Chaliye. All right. Next, guys, Justice N.V. Ramana took oath as 48th Chief Justice of India. He was in news for wrong reasons. The Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh actually hurled lots of allegations against improper practices while he was actually Chief Justice there. But finally, he was actually, the then Chief Justice of India, actually the matter went to him and he absolved him from guilt. कोई भी चार्ज नहीं लगा और केस को खारिज कर दिया गया. Now, apart from this, Justice Ramana was also in news. Why? Because recently, while appointing Subodh Jaiswal, as we've discussed in the last class as well, for the first time, CGI actually did not go with the Prime Minister's preferred choice. Prime Minister की preferred choice के साथ नहीं गए, and he basically cited a judgment dated back in the year 2005-6 का judgment उन्होंने cite किया और बोला क्या कि that in that year basically it was decided 2005. It was decided that whoever person, government servant, who's supposed to retire in the next 6 months cannot be given a new position. Citing this the reason, he rejected all the Prime Minister's suggestions for CBI director, right? अब उसके बाद क्या किया? There were only 2 options, उसमें से जायसवाल जी को अपॉइंट करा दिया गया. ठीक है, तो ये याद रखना है जी आपको. चलिए, let's move on. ये याद रखिएगा, Justice Ramana took oath as 48th Chief Justice of India. Everyone should basically know this, right? नींद में भी पूछें आपको उठा के कि बताओ भाई क्या आंसर है, you should be able to answer this. Very super duper important question this is. Can be asked in your exam, will be asked in your exam. Every time CGI changes during the examination times, one exam or the other, this is asked, right? Obviously it is just an easy question, a bonus question of a lollipop question basically, right? So make sure you consume that lollipop, right? Next, guys, US House passes No Ban Act. Guys, very important this is. No Ban Act has been passed by the US House of Representatives. What is the No Ban Act? If as of now, right, how the rules stand, that even if you are basically, if you are looking to get a visa on for US, if you want to travel to US, you want a visa, and you have basically, you've just been to one country and that country is a Muslim majority country. Say for example that country is Pakistan. If that country is Pakistan, then your visa will be outrightly rejected. Your visa will be outrightly rejected. Why? Because you have visited Pakistan, a Muslim majority country. So this is absolutely unfair, and it actually showed that the back then US president, who was Donald Trump, right? उस टाइम के former US president थे Donald Trump, तो he basically was against Muslims, as we all know by now, passing such laws. तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने क्या किया, इसको basically there's a large mass protest against it कि Muslim ban barred the travel from Muslim majority countries to the US. Muslim majority country के बाद आप नहीं आ सकते. तो इस वजह से जो Muslims थे, जो majority Muslims थे वहाँ पे US में काफी protest किए. Apart from US, lots of other areas also saw lots of protests, and finally अब जो है आप देख सकते हो कि यार आप कह सकते हो पूरे वर्ल्ड में वर्ल्ड ओवर there's a huge cry on the same, and they're saying that yes, this is basically to be removed. ये जो है ये हटा देना चाहिए. This should basically be removed. But हो तो रहा है, अब देखिए क्या होगा आगे. ठीक है, चलिए. All right. Then guys, President Ram Nath Kovind appointed Sushil Chandra as the next Chief Election Commissioner. You all know the Chief Election Commissioner's position is absolutely super duper important with respect to your exam this year. Why? Because the elections which were conducted in West Bengal were in news, right? Why were they in news? Because of, there were allegations of, basically misconduct and basically outrightly not following the COVID guidelines and completely blatantly abusing all the protocols and the guidelines, right? So the election commission was under the firing line, and all the political parties basically were guilty of the same as well, conducting lots of rallies, and there was no basically no proper implementation of the guidelines which actually election commission actually followed, right? Actually passed. So election commission basically was referred to as various words right, by even the Madras High Court. Lots of high courts basically said ये बहुत ही गलत हुआ है, as you already know, right? So this becomes very super duper important, right? तो ये election commissioner अभी नए recently appoint हुए हैं. Do remember his name. It is Sushil Chandra. Sushil Chandra. All right. Next, guys, very important with respect to all the law entrance exam. Gujarat Assembly passed Freedom of Religion Amendment Bill 2021. Guys, when I will basically share the details with you, you will tell me here in the chat and in the comments which state was the first one to implement almost exact same rules, right? So what exactly is this law saying? Gujarat Assembly passed the Freedom of Religious Act 2003 bill. ये pass कर दिया finally, जो क्या बोलता है that penalizes forcible or fraudulent religious conversion by marriage. If there is a conversion, if there is a Muslim girl or a Hindu girl, they are basically converting their religion after marriage, obviously, right? So if that marriage is just to basically convert the person to a particular religion, in that case that person will be imprisoned for 3 to 10 years in jail and fine up to 5 lakh rupees. Well done, guys. Amazing. Well done. Well done, Swati, Dipanshu, Bhavni, Gayatri, Nityang, everyone. Yeah, everyone. Well done. Well done. I'm so happy seeing all your messages. Well done. You're absolutely correct. The reason I'm not saying the correct answer is because I'm expecting the people who are not watching me live to answer in the comments right now. Right? Immediately answer कीजिए. कौन सा state याद आ रहा है आपको? We have actually covered this in our previous classes. Right, let's move on. The new law provision क्या है उसके? 3 to 10 years in jail, fine of up to 5 lakh rupees if the accused is found guilty. As you can see, it amends the 2003 Act and seeks to curb the emerging trend in which Muslim women are lured to marriage for the purpose of religious conversion. Muslim, Hindu, कोई भी एनी वुमेन बेसिकली हु इज ल्यूर्ड. ऐसा नहीं है आप जो सोच रहे हो कि सिर्फ हिंदू वुमेन के लिए ही है, ये ऐसा नहीं है. हिंदू वुमेन, मुस्लिम वुमेन सभी के लिए है. बट यू नो व्हाट द रियल एजेंडा इज, राइट? चलिए, ऑलराइट, चलिए. Well done. Next, guys, Copyright Amendment Rules 2021. Now, what is copyright? Copyright is basically protection given to your original creation. If you have actually everyone has heard about that singer, famous singer, absolutely melodious singer. We all know her, Dhinchak Pooja, right? When you're talking about Dhinchak Pooja, right? तो उनका एक गाना है बड़ा famous, हाँ, selfie मैंने ले लिया आज. So अब if you want to basically replicate her amazing performance, right? You record the same, you sing the song and then you present it here on YouTube or anywhere else, right? Now in that case, can she sue you for copyright? Can she sue you for copyright? भाई ढिंचाक पूजा का गाना ले रहे हो यार, डेफिनेटली शी कैन स्यू. ठीक है, शी व्हाट विल शी से? ये कॉपीराइट है, राइट? ये कॉपीराइट है भाई, कॉपीराइट बिल्कुल मेरा है ये गाना, आप इसको कॉपी नहीं कर सकते, कॉपी का राइट मेरा है. और फिर क्या हुआ? नित्यांग ने बोला उसके पास, नित्यांग एक्चुअली वेंट देयर एंड सेड कि आई एम अ ह्यूज फैन, आई एम अ ह्यूज फैन, आई एम अ ह्यूज फैन, right? Then Dhinchak Pooja said, okay, you are my huge fan, I am giving you the permission to go and sing my song, right? In that case, Nityang will basically, when he's singing, he has proper permissions. Now it will not be a copyright violation. Understood? Very easy. right? This is what copyright is all about. Copyright includes written or original work. If you write a book, if you basically direct a song, direct a movie, कुछ भी original creation अगर आपका किया हुआ है आपने, that is basically copyrightable, right? Now there are certain amendments which are made in the year 2021, keeping the modern day and age in mind, right? मॉडर्न डे एंड एज को ध्यान में रखते हुए काफी चीजें करी गई है. सबसे पहले क्या बोला गया है? द अमेंडमेंट हैज बीन मेड टू ब्रिंग द एग्जिस्टिंग कॉपीराइट रूल्स इन द कंट्री विद पैरिटी विद अदर रेलेवेंट लेजिस्लेशंस. लॉट्स ऑफ अदर लॉज हैव बीन इवॉल्व्ड विद टाइम. इट इज हाई टाइम बेसिकली कॉपीराइट रूल्स बी अमेंडेड एज वेल. एज वी ऑल नो, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एज लॉज need to be there. वो पहले तो होता ही नहीं था. तो the laws which were which were created back in the years, आज से 20 साल 30 साल 40 साल पहले जो बना रहे थे या उससे भी पहले जो बना रहे थे, all these laws basically didn't even conceive कि ऐसा कुछ भविष्य में हो सकता है कि इंटरनेट होगा, ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा, right? So keeping things in mind, the current things in mind, things are changed. Also, one thing to note here is that compliance requirements of registration works have been largely reduced. So it is much easier for you to basically get copyright, right? If you want to get copyright, by the way, copyright is the only intellectual property. Guys, मैं वापस से धीरे बोल रहा हूँ, ये बात को टैटू कराओ हाथ पे. The copyright is the only IPR which actually does not require a formal registration. Why, you ask? क्यों ऐसा है? क्यों रजिस्ट्रेशन की जरूरत नहीं है? मतलब आपने ओरिजिनल किया, वो माना जाएगा कि ऑटोमेटिक कॉपीराइट हो गया आपका. क्यों? व्हाई? ये क्यों है ऐसा? कि मतलब ताकि प्रोटेक्ट किया जाए. नॉट एवरीवन कैन गो एंड अफोर्ड the feed or the task or the pain which is required to get it registered. To protect the interest of the original creators, this law is there. But the problem is it is very difficult to prove the same. है ना, कि मैंने ओरिजिनल लिखा है, ये पहला मेरा है. तो टू मेक श्योर कि वो प्रूफ करने के लिए यू हैव अ डॉक्यूमेंट राइट रेडी विद यू, यू हैव अ प्रूफ विद यू विच ऑब्वियसली गिव्स यू लीगल सैंक्टिटी. दैट्स व्हाई people file for copyright. Right now, guys, time limit to avail copyright has increased to 180 days. Just imagine, guys, 180 days it is increased. Now the government has basically said that we will need time to basically resolve, make sure that there is no other name, no other thing basically with the same name. तो 6 months का टाइम लिया गवर्नमेंट ने कि बेसिकली टाइम अगर आपने कॉपीराइट के लिए अप्लाई किया 6 महीने के अंदर अंदर हम आपको yes बोल देंगे या फिर no बोल देंगे. We will either say yes or no in the span of the next 180 days. These are some of the rules, right? टैटू करवा लिया, चलिए बहुत खूब. All right. Okay, next, guys, very interesting case here. Supreme Court recently gave a landmark judgment. What was the case all about, guys? It was a case of drunk driving, right? IFCO Tokyo General Insurance Company Limited versus Pearl Beverage Limited. Now this case actually was a real amazing case. What happened was that it was actually alleged that IFCO Tokyo is an insurance company. Now they refused to basically give claim on the basis of that there was the driver basically was drunk while driving, right? He was drunk while driving. So basically they refused to give claim देने से मना कर दिया गया. अब क्या हुआ, जो अब वो कंपनी थी जिनका वो ड्राइवर था जो ड्रंक ड्राइविंग कर रहा था, अब इन्होंने बोला कि कैसे पता तुम्हें? देयर वाज नो ब्रेथ एनालाइजर टेस्ट. At the point, there was no breath analyzer test. IFCO Tokyo Insurance said that we actually spent lots of money and we got, we did scientific, tests, right? हमने कराया और हमें पता चला कि yes, this person was drunk while he was driving. And as per the the current Motor Vehicles Act, it is absolutely, illegal and, not insurance not to be, awarded. This is what the law states. Now here सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या बोला? सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या दिखाया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने? सचिन है और शोएब अख्तर है. राइट, यू नो व्हाट आई मीन, राइट? चलिए, ऑलराइट, यस. तो यहाँ पे क्या बताया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने? क्या बोला कि साइंटिफिक टेस्ट ऑफ कंपनी सबसे पहले इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. Throw it out of the garbage, throw it out of the window, right? In the garbage ban, right? This is basically ridiculous argument. हटाओ इसको. सेकेंडली, ब्रेथ एनालाइजर टेस्ट वगैरह की जो भी बात है वो भी जो है वो भी कोई खास नहीं है, वो भी मतलब तुम्हारी फर्जी बात है, ये कोई नहीं है। आपको तो इंश्योरेंस, अगर वो ड्रंक ड्राइविंग भी है आपको करना पड़ेगा, आपको यू विल हैव टू पे द इंश्योरर, आपको बिल्कुल द पर्सन हु इज डाइड, उनकी जो जिन्होंने भी इंश्योरेंस ली हुई है आपको उनको पे करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि उनका मौके पे अगर ब्रेथ एनालाइजर टेस्ट हुआ हुआ होता तो अलग बात थी, हुआ हुआ नहीं है, कोई भी टेस्ट हुआ नहीं है, ब्रेथ एनालाइजर टेस्ट नहीं हुआ है, तो उस वजह से आप ये नहीं कह सकते साइंटिफिक टेस्ट को जो आप भविष्य में कुछ भी करा लो, वी विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट दैट, राइट। चलिए, अब मैं देख रहा हूँ काफी स्मार्ट जनता है हमारी, समझ गए इशारों इशारों में राइट, वेल डन वेल डन। चलिए, तो यस, दिस इज द केस, नेवर एवर ड्राइव इन अ ड्रंकन स्टेट, ये तो पता ही है आप लोगों को, दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू प्रीच। Next, guys, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Ordinance 2021. Now, what is insolvency and bankruptcy? It actually means what? That you basically have no assets of your own. आपके पास खुद के कोई एसेट्स नहीं है, जीरो, नील बटे सन्नाटा, नो एसेट्स ऑफ योर ओन, यू आर बेसिकली डिपेंडेंट ऑन some other source. आप, और अगर if a company is basically insolvent, in that case the company has no assets, nothing, सिर्फ उसके पास borrowings है, उधार है, और कुछ नहीं बचा, उसका खुद का asset कुछ बचा नहीं, it cannot pay its liability and now it is winding up its operations, खत्म कर रही है अपने ऑपरेशन। अब यहाँ पे आपको पता है MSME के ग्रोथ के लिए how many initiatives we are doing, our country is basically going all guns blazing basically to make sure that our MSMEs are growing। अब हुआ क्या दोस्तों, चीज क्या हुई अभी आप देखिए, एमएसएमईज ग्रो करना चाहिए इंडिया में, ऑल ऑफ अस आर बेसिकली वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स द सेम। हियर the government has actually, the president of India rather, has actually come up with an ordinance. Ordinance means a temporary law. When the parliament is not in sitting, उस टाइम पे जब इमरजेंसी में कोई लॉ लाया जाता है उसे ऑर्डिनेंस कहते हैं, राइट। तो प्रेसिडेंट हैज एक्चुअली ब्रॉट दिस ऑर्डिनेंस वेयर इट विल अलाउ प्री पैकेज्ड इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन प्रोसेस फॉर एमएसएमईज। व्हाट डज दिस मीन? दिस मीन्स चुपचाप से बिना किसी को बताए हुए आपस में ही क्या करेंगे, आपस में ही कंपनी जो है अपना लेन देन निपटा सकती है। कंपनी कैन बेसिकली इन बिहाइंड क्लोज डोर्स दे कैन नाउ लेन देन करके आपस में जो भी है हिसाब क्लियर कर सकती है। द प्री पैकेज्ड इंसॉल्वेंसी रेजोल्यूशन प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड पीआईआरपी, राइट। तो ये पीआईआरपी जो है इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है कि चुपचाप बिहाइंड द डोर्स दे कैन बेसिकली वाइंड अप ऑल द प्रोसीडिंग्स, राइट। जो भी लेन देन करके खत्म करना है लेनदारी, वो पीछे से भी करी जा सकती है, बैकडोर, राइट। तो ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी चीज है, मेक श्योर यू डेफिनेटली रीड थिंग्स ऑन द सेम, राइट गाइस। नेक्स्ट गाइस, प्ली फॉर डिक्रिमिनलाइजिंग बेगिंग, भीख मांगना, राइट। द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज क्वेश्चनड सेंटर एंड 4 स्टेट्स कि why is begging still a criminal offense in so many states? As you can see in Maharashtra, Punjab, Haryana and Bihar, it is a criminal offense if you are a beggar. अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला कि अगर यहाँ पे if in India there is a person who is actually begging, it is not the basically the person is not to be blamed, but the person to be blamed here is the government. Because the Constitution of India says that the state shall endeavor to make sure there is a shelter for every Indian. Every Indian should get shelter, right? तो ये चीज बेसिकली वहां सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोली कि फेलियर ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है, इट इज नॉट द फेलियर ऑफ द पीपल, राइट। यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप देम फ्रॉम गोइंग एंड बेगिंग, राइट। दे आर एक्चुअली, इट्स देयर लाइफ, राइट टू लाइफ है उनकी, उनको बताना है अपनी प्रेजेंट इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस, और इफ यू बेसिकली फील पिटी यू कैन बेसिकली हेल्प देम, राइट। तो आप अगर उन्हें हेल्प कर रहे हो तो क्या दिक्कत है? तो दिस इज व्हाट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ओपाइंड, एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज नाउ सेड गिव अस रिवर्ट्स, टेल अस व्हाई इज दिस द केस। सेंटर से सवाल पूछे, दे हैव आल्सो आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट because of this act, Bombay Prevention of Begging Act 1959, Punjab Prevention of Beggary Act 1971, पंजाब में भी बैन है, हरियाणा Prevention of Begging Act 1971, अगेन हरियाणा में भी बैन है, बिहार Prevention of Begging Act 1951, right? Even though begging is banned at these areas, is begging really banned? Is begging really banned? As all of you already know, the richest beggar in India is from Mumbai, right? He has assets worth crores of rupees, ठीक है, इतना एसेट्स है उनके पास। तो यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला यू कैन नॉट क्रिमिनलाइज दिस, आप क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस नहीं बना सकते, आप इसको क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस बना दिया, जेल डाल रहे हो, ये नहीं कर सकते, यू कांट डू दिस, right? You can't do this. This is what the Supreme Court has opined, right? Do you agree with Supreme Court? Do share the same in the comments. ठीक है, बताइएगा जरूर, क्या आप इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट के इस ऑब्जर्वेशन से सहमत हो कि यार बेगर्स के लिए सरकार को व्यवस्था करनी चाहिए, या फिर आप थोड़ा सा सख्त होना चाहते हो उनके ऊपर और क्रिमिनलाइज करना चाहते हो, एंड टू मेक श्योर दैट एवरीवन बेसिकली गोज एंड ट्राइज टू फाइंड वर्क. व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन ऑन द सेम? डू लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट्स, राइट? चलिए, all right guys, any question, any query you have, anything that you'd like to ask me, as you know there are lots of students who are actually watching this session, तो यहाँ पे कोई भी क्वेश्चन, कोई भी क्वेरी आपके अगर अनआंसर्ड रह गई हो, कुछ भी आप पूछना चाहते हो, you can definitely ask in the comments. As you all know, I will definitely make sure that I answer all your queries. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't wish upcoming videos. There's a video coming on ALIT real soon. The ALIT video will be an amazing, where we actually will be covering it will be a big session where we'll cover lots of things here on our YouTube channel. Apart from that, part 8 will be coming soon, where we'll cover May current affairs, or next Saturday that is. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. And also note, there are already 6 parts of this series which we have covered, right? इतने important topics आज किए, उतने important topics उससे ज़्यादा भी हमने पहले भी कर रखे हैं. तो make sure you watch all those videos. All of them will basically help your chances of cracking CLAT, right? चलिए, तो गाइज इसी के साथ एक अच्छी न्यूज आप लोगों के साथ मैं शेयर करना चाहता हूं. ये है जी वो न्यूज, एनरोलमेंट्स फॉर दिस बैच CLAT 2022. इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर 2022 बैच 6, द एनरोलमेंट्स फॉर द सेम आर ऑन एज वी स्पीक. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, एज यू ऑल नो, देयर आर रिवीजन कोर्सेज फॉर CLAT 2021 हैपनिंग, एंड there are lots of students, even among you, there are lots of students who are actually, regularly attending the classes and are benefiting from the same as well, right? So revision courses are there for subject specific courses as well, as you can see here on the screen, right? There's a crash course for BHU and Jamia, especially for these two. आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे BHU as well as Jamia, इन दोनों के courses आपके लिए यहाँ पे available है. You can avail the same. Apart from this guys, you can see here, if you are a 2023 aspirant, आपके लिए exclusive batch अभी जुलाई में start हो रहा है. So definitely make sure you don't waste any time. You start from the very first class itself, right? Guys, as you all know, you basically here at Gradeup will be taught by someone who's been there, done that. NLU alumni से पढ़ाया जाएगा आपको. आप देख सकते हैं including me, right? I'm a graduate from Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Patiala. तो इसी तरह से आप देख सकते हैं National Universities alumni will be teaching you. Experienced NLU alumni as well. Apart from this, highly super duper experienced alumni here on your screen will also basically be teaching you in your and also helping you in your CLAT journey. If you have any course related query, feel free to reach out on the numbers on your screen. As you can see here, these are the fee which are mentioned here on your screens, right? You can avail the same. ठीक है जी, चलिए. Sports videos are not okay, guys. Again, for any query, any videos, you can definitely call on the numbers here on the screen. All right? चलिए, CLAT पोस्टपोन होगा या नहीं होगा? बेटा ऐसा क्यों सोच रहे हो यार? थिंक पॉजिटिव, राइट? चलिए, ऑलराइट. अभी तो CLAT ने अभी रिसेंटली एक नया नोटिफिकेशन भी दिया है जहां पे उन्होंने सेंटर्स की नंबर भी बढ़ा दिए हैं. तो ये सोचना गलत ही होगा. अभी आप यहाँ ये मत सोचिए. अभी आप ये सोचिए कैसे मैं क्रैक करूं, है ना? उसी पे जोर दीजिए, ठीक है? थिंक ऑन दोज लाइन्स. एग्जाम इज जस्ट 20 days अवे, राइट? तो जस्ट उसी हिसाब से सोचिए आप, ठीक है? चलिए, ठीक है, चलिए. All right, so guys, with this we are done for the day. Thank you so much for your time. We will meet real soon in the subsequent classes. Till then, take care and goodbye. Good night, guys. Good night as well, right? Have a good night. Study well, and we will meet real soon. Bye bye. Take care.